Welcome, basketball fans, and of course, Los Angeles Lakers fans, to Lakers News Fan Report. If you love keeping up with everything about the Lakers, their victories, their battles, and much more, this is the right place for you. Before we get started, let me ask you a question for reflection. Have you ever thought about how injuries can change an entire season? After all, basketball is a team game, but the absence of stars can change the course of any game, and even an entire conference. This is exactly what could happen to the Los Angeles Lakers this Thursday, when they face the Milwaukee Bucks, and more. If you're an NBA fan, you can't miss reflecting on how Luka Doncic's injuries, the star of the Dallas Mavericks, are shaping the team's season. Let's break all of this down today. So, get comfortable, because today's discussion will be long and detailed. The Los Angeles Lakers are gearing up for a crucial showdown this Thursday against the Milwaukee Bucks in Wisconsin. As we know, the team from Los Angeles is going through a tough patch, with a series of injuries directly affecting the team's performance. Let's start the analysis by talking about the state of the team. Currently, the Lakers sit in fourth place in the Western Conference with 40 wins and 23 losses. But the Lakers have come off a streak of 2 consecutive losses, which increases the pressure on the team to recover. And the injuries aren't few. The Lakers will have to play without LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, and Maxi Kleber. It's no surprise that LeBron's absence is the most impactful, as he is a key piece for any success the team has. It's not just his talent on the court that makes a difference, but also his leadership. And with LeBron out, it's clear that other players will have to step up and take on more responsibility. Additionally, the Lakers are also struggling to find the right chemistry between their substitute players. This is a situation where the team needs creativity and resilience, because you can't just replace LeBron James's ability. And when you lose other key players like Rui Hachimura and Maxi Kleber, the task of keeping the team competitive at a high level becomes even more difficult. Nevertheless, the team has shown signs of recovery, with 8 wins in their last 10 games. This is something that should be highlighted because, even with a few losses, the Lakers have shown their capacity to bounce back. Now, it's up to them to make those good performances count, to turn the tide and seek victory against the Bucks. On the other side of the court, the Milwaukee Bucks, with a record of 36 wins and 28 losses in 64 games, are also going through a period of uncertainty. Although the Bucks are sitting in fourth place in the Eastern Conference, their situation isn't exactly ideal. The team has dropped 3 consecutive games, which places enormous pressure on them to recover quickly, especially when playing at home. In their 33 home games, the team has secured 22 wins and 11 losses, which is still a solid record. However, as we all know, in basketball, any negative streak can be tough to break. So, for the Bucks, this game against the Lakers will be a critical test to see if they can get back on track and regain their confidence, especially after 3 straight losses. But there's another crucial factor that's been resonating throughout the NBA lately: Luka Doncic's injury, the star of the Dallas Mavericks. If you don't know already, Doncic is in a very delicate physical state at the moment. The Mavericks star has been dealing with back and ankle issues which have kept him out of several important games recently. And the big question for the game against the Lakers is, will Luka Doncic be able to play, or at least be at his best level to lead the Dallas Mavericks against a strong team like the Lakers? Doncic's injuries have been a shadow over the Mavericks. When Doncic is at his best, he's one of the most unstoppable players in the league, with a unique ability to control the game and create opportunities for his teammates. His absence isn't just a numbers issue, but it's also a leadership issue on the court. The Dallas team, without Luka, loses much of its spark and, primarily, the ability to execute high-level plays. For the Mavericks, this situation is dire, and if Luka can't play, it could mean a massive impact on their playoff push. Now, as we reflect on the impact of this injury, we can't help but notice how injuries have the power to change the course of a season. If Doncic can't play, the battle for Western Conference supremacy becomes even more intense. And on the Lakers side, the situation is equally difficult with the absences of LeBron James and other key players. These games coming up are not just another matchup on the NBA calendar, but rather survival games for many of these teams. Every win could be the key to recovery and, ultimately, securing a solid playoff position. The absence of Doncic, the situation of the Lakers, and the pressure on the Bucks create a very intriguing scenario for this upcoming matchup. So, specifically talking about the Lakers versus Bucks game, what can we expect? Can the Lakers, even with so many absences, defeat the Bucks in a road game? Can the team adjust quickly and take advantage of a Bucks team that has recently shown vulnerabilities? The truth is that in basketball, a single play can change everything. And with the injuries weighing on the Lakers, their strategies need to be perfect if they are to have any chance of winning. The Lakers have been forced to rely on their depth more than ever before, and in moments like these, role players must step up. Players like Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reeves have all had to take on larger roles, with varying degrees of success. While Davis has consistently been a dominant force on both ends of the floor, the team's overall performance will depend on how well the rest of the roster can fill the gaps left by the injured stars. This puts extra pressure on head coach Darvin Ham to find creative ways to maximize his team's potential without their top players. Despite the challenges, the Lakers have shown remarkable resilience, which is something that fans can hang their hats on. As the season progresses, the team has managed to find ways to stay in the playoff hunt, even while dealing with adversity. Their recent strong performances have shown that the roster has the talent to compete, but it remains to be seen if they can sustain this level of play without their main contributors. The Bucks, on the other hand, have a different set of challenges. While they've had their share of struggles lately, particularly with their 3-game losing streak, they remain a formidable opponent, especially when Giannis Antetokounmpo is playing at his MVP caliber level. Giannis' ability to dominate, both offensively and defensively, makes him one of the most unstoppable forces in the league. But as with the Lakers, the Bucks can't simply rely on one player to carry them through tough games. The presence of Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday is crucial to the Bucks' success in the upcoming game against the Lakers. Middleton, who has been dealing with injuries of his own, has yet to fully return to his previous All-Star form, but his ability to hit clutch shots and provide leadership is invaluable for Milwaukee. Holiday's defensive tenacity and ability to create plays for his teammates are also key factors in the team's success. If these two players can return to full health and contribute at a high level, the Bucks could be a tough matchup for any team. Luka Doncic's situation with the Dallas Mavericks has been another storyline to keep an eye on this season. The Mavericks have been heavily reliant on Luka, and with his injuries, the team's overall performance has been affected. While Doncic has been able to play through some of his discomfort, there's always the looming question of how much he can carry the team. The Mavericks have struggled at times without him, and the longer he's sidelined, the more challenging it becomes for Dallas to stay afloat in the highly competitive Western Conference. One of the biggest concerns for the Mavericks, in addition to Luka's injuries, is the lack of consistency from their supporting cast. While players like Spencer Dinwiddie and Tim Hardaway Jr. have shown flashes of brilliance, they have yet to consistently step up when it matters most. For the Mavericks to have any chance of contending this season, they need more from their role players. If Doncic can return to full health, it will provide the team with a major boost. But it's clear that the Mavs will need more than just Luka to make a deep playoff run. Looking at the bigger picture, injuries have become an ever-present issue across the NBA. It's not just the Lakers, Bucks, and Mavericks that are affected by the injury bug. Many teams are dealing with their own health concerns as well. This has created a more unpredictable and wide-open race for playoff positions. As teams battle through injuries and try to find the right balance, the outcome of each game has become even more important. Every team is dealing with their own challenges, and those that can adapt the fastest will have the best shot at success. The NBA has always been a league defined by its star players, and this season, more than ever, injuries are forcing teams to find new ways to win without their biggest names. The importance of depth, chemistry, and effective coaching has never been clearer. Teams that can weather the storm of injuries and continue to play at a high level will be the ones that separate themselves from the pack and make deep playoff runs. This season's playoff race is shaping up to be one of the most exciting and unpredictable in recent memory. The top teams in both conferences are dealing with injuries, which means that no team can take their spot for granted. Every game from here on out is critical, and teams will need to bring their best effort every time they take the floor. With so many twists and turns still to come, the excitement around the NBA is at an all-time high. For the Lakers, the next few weeks are going to be make or break. They are in a competitive Western Conference, and every game matters in the race for a higher playoff seed. Without LeBron James and other key players, they will need to rely on their defense and their ability to play team basketball. The Lakers have the talent to succeed, but they will need to find consistency if they want to avoid falling into a deeper hole. The Bucks, on the other hand, will be looking to rebound after their recent losing streak. While they are still a dangerous team, they need to regain their confidence quickly to avoid slipping further down in the standings. A win against a depleted Lakers team could be just what they need to get back on track and start playing with the intensity and focus that made them one of the top teams in the East. As we approach the end of the regular season, teams will be jockeying for position, and every game will be crucial. The next few weeks will provide plenty of opportunities for teams to prove themselves and solidify their playoff standing. For the Lakers, the Bucks, and the Mavericks, the stakes couldn't be higher. It's going to be a wild ride as the season comes to a close, and fans can expect plenty of drama and excitement down the stretch. With all the injuries affecting top players across the league, it's going to be fascinating to see which teams can adapt the best. The true test of a team's championship aspirations isn't just about having the most talent hits, about how well a team can handle adversity and overcome obstacles. This season will serve as a reminder that anything can happen in the NBA, and no lead is safe until the final buzzer sounds. And what about the Bucks? They have the advantage of playing at home, and if Giannis Antetokounmpo is at the top of his game, he'll be key to Milwaukee's victory. However, the Bucks can't just rely on Giannis to do all the work. The team needs a collective response, with other players like Chris Middleton, Jrue Holiday, and others stepping up. If not, the pressure on Giannis will be immense, and he can't carry the team alone in a game against a Lakers squad that's determined to get back on track. Additionally, it's important to note that this will be the first meeting between the Lakers and the Bucks in the 2024-25 season, and as we know, when two great teams meet, the excitement is guaranteed. After this game, they'll have another matchup on March 20th in Los Angeles, which certainly makes this stretch of games even more crucial. But returning to the main theme, the question of injuries remains the central point of this season. How will they affect the progression of the Lakers, Bucks, and Dallas Mavericks? The recovery or worsening of players' conditions will determine who has the best chances of advancing in the playoffs, who will contend for the title, and who will end up falling short. So, if you're as excited as I am to see how this all unfolds and want more content like this, with in-depth analysis on the impact of injuries on the season and how this is shaping the future for the NBA's top teams, don't forget to follow our channel, Lakers News Fan Report. Here you'll find everything you need to know about the Lakers and much more. And if you enjoyed this video and want to continue following all the latest updates on basketball, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. We're just getting started, and there's plenty of excitement ahead. See you in the next video.